Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday the 2nd of July. We've got some new mods and we've got some updates. The map Goldcrest Valley 22 by Cellar has had an update. It says it does not require a new save game or save slot. The map Alone in the World by Grimlock RRC. That doesn't say if it needs a new save game or not. The Fibre Dash Chemical Mixing by BC Bueller. The Lemken Pack by ITS and Alex Norgler. The Vermeer BC 1000XL by FS Miner and Elson N82. The Frigo Roteritalia Power Harrow Pack by DD Mod Passion. And the Lizard ATA 14 by JD Modding Org have all had updates. I have directly in front of me two examples of the old German Cellar. This is by Hellraiser, 7.62 megabytes download. We've got, oh actually both of them are 9 slots, both of them are 2,500. We've got one which is a potato cellar and will hold 20,000 litres of potatoes. Look at the bottom right. The door doesn't open. I think if the light does come on it might be automatic. I don't think it says actually. No, it doesn't say. But in and out is done here for the potato cellar, and then the other example of it is a sell point, and we'll take all sorts of stuff. It doesn't take up a lot of room at all, because obviously it's a cellar, so most of it is underground. A little bit like an iceberg in that respect, just doesn't melt in the sun, which is quite cool. Under build mode, I don't know why I said that. So there's the old German cellar on the end. Slot count comes down from 9 to 1. There's no colour options or anything like that on it. We go up to production and then to sell points. Just there, again, slot count comes down to 1, and you'll see on the right hand side it will scroll through all different things that can be sold there if you use the one which is a sell point, not the one which is a cellar. The old German Cellar by Hellraiser. Next we've got this. Actually, what I was going to do is just to prove the point. Boom, that was quick. There you go, nothing like a visual representation of what it does. Next, we've got this. There's a lot going on this. This is the American Midwest Fertilizer Shed by ikas. It is 15.62 megabytes download, 35 slots, 140,000 to buy. I know, lots of figures and facts and stats and that kind of stuff. It will hold 500,000 litres of each liquid, and it holds a few, and 1.5 million litres of each solid, and again there are quite a few. There's also a jet wash in the middle bay, so putting in 4 liquids is done here. Got these little pipes that you would attach to, but dropping off here. We go into the building around the front. We have got a small door, large door. We come in and we have got a light switch, which was it that end? Yeah, just over that end. Turn the lights on. Just close that one. So putting in is done outside, taking out is done here. And as it's showing bottom right, we've got 1.5 million litres of seeds in here, 500,000 litres of wood chips, not in here, that's in the bit next door. But in here we've got 500,000 litres of canola oil. So what I was going to do was just, I say very quickly, unload 500,000 litres of water. I don't know why I put another crop in here because or liquid in here, because I was just going to go inside and show you the things that it will do. It will show you it in the build mode, but I've always tried to, it comes from sort of teaching at school. I've always said there are people that are auditory learners that can learn just by listening to someone talking. People that are visual learners need to see something. So while someone's talking, they need to see an example of it. And then kinesthetic learners are people that need to touch, people that need to actually be hands-on with doing something for it to really sort of sink in and become cemented in your memory. That's going to take absolutely ages, isn't it? Well, while it's doing that, let's go along. Middle bay, double door, drive through, jet wash. Light switch at the end as well. Nice bright clean area so you don't miss any bits when you're doing jet washing. Huge doors as well, so if you're bringing big vehicles in, harvesters, sprayers, all that kind of stuff, you've got plenty of room for getting in and out of here with pretty much anything really. Putting into the other silo is done here. I'm taking out of the silo. It's done here. Now hopefully this one's empty. I think it was. So let's roll right back. It is a multi-fruit, so it'll do 1.5 million litres of each of these things. I have to say, for the price, what did I say, it was 140 grand. That's not bad at all, really. It's a big building, and you've got room as well. There we go. Back to standard. There's a bit of room. I mean, you could use this for parking of vehicles if you're not jet washing, and there's room for smaller vehicles parked at, you know, diagonals, or a couple of larger vehicles. You've got a bit of space to the sides here as well, so you can still drive through, load and unload, but put a few bits. So you can use it as just a regular garage shed type thing as well, which I think is pretty good. Really nicely made and detailed. Loads going on. Under build mode, also under silos is where you'll find it. So there, just next to the cellar. Slot count comes down to 2. We do also have, on this one, colour options. There we go. Plenty to choose from. It's just still unloaded. Probably. 500,000 litres is a fair old amount of liquids, let's be honest. So you shouldn't have any shortage going on. Okay. We made it. So it should say start filling. Click on there. So we've got canola oil in there already. Slurry, olive oil, water, milk, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, sunflower oil, digestate, back again. So it's a fairly comprehensive storage system in here. And shed and, you know, jet wash it at bay and all the rest of it. I like it. The American Midwest Fertilizer Shed by ikas. Next. We have this. This is the Unia Gads U417 U148, I think it was. I've written U419 for some reason. No, 418. This by Hajstel. It is 10.43 megabytes download, 7 slots. We've got 2.1 to 2.8 meter as the options. We have a few different options to have it just the standard cultivator with single rollers, standard cultivator with double roller, which I will show you now. If we go into tools and we go to our cultivators, on the end 1400, that's all. So we've got the U417 one or the 418 one. So we're going from 2.1 to 2.8 meters. We've got without rollers, flat string roller, so the actual string as it spirals around is flat, or string roller, which gives you more serrated, is that the word for it? Sort of serrated edges on those rollers. Double roller and back again. Then we've got old type wheels and new type wheels. We've got wheels backwards, wheels forwards. We've got type 1 both. This is the hazard sign. So type 1 both, left, right. Type 2 both, left, right. None at all. Back to that. Attacher type, you've got new type or old type. Drill coulters. You've got steels or goose feet. We've then got frame colour. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Let's go back up here and put, doesn't matter, I'll put the doubles on because we've got a few different options for colours here. So frame colour is the first section, which does all of that. Then you've got teeth colour, which does the front section. We've got roller frame colour, which changes all that. And then the roller colour does all of that. Those are our choices. So, lower it down. This should bring up small stones because it's a cultivator, unless it's shallow cultivating, which it might well be. Easiest way to tell that, so we come across the way to a crop that's been mulched, or not mulched, sorry, it's been harvested, then drop it down. There you go, shallow cultivation, so it's not turning the soil per se, I mean it is technically, but it is leaving that stubble behind. So no stones are being brought to the surface. we detach it, I think it winds the sides down, is it? Let's do... There you go. Winds the wheels down. Probably shouldn't do all that, but then it'll wind them back up again when you put it back up. Nice animation on those. I don't think we've got the option to adjust those. Those would be your kind of depth gauge. So when you lower it down, that would adjust that, but I don't think... No. There you go. That's the Unia Gads U417 U418 by Hajstel. Next, we've got this. This is the Lizard XL883N Sportster Iron. This is by Farm Centro-Sul, Rena, Agro, and now it says LxstFxme. That could be last fame, it could be lust fume. I don't know what the X's represent, but anyway, that's what it is. 18.07 megabytes download, 11 slots on console. I don't know why, as soon as I got it, it reminded me. Who remembers the Monty Python sketch, Hell's Grannies? With, I was thinking Hell's Farmers, you know. It's a really nice bike. Is it? Now I'm trying to think. Is it a bobber when it doesn't have the rear mudguard? It just comes straight off the end. I'm trying to remember, but anyway, it does look very cool. So this you'll find under vehicles, under miscellaneous. Out on the end, 38 grand, 189 horsepower, top speed of 74 miles per hour. We can change the main colour to anything on this palette, and there's the whole load of metallics and all sorts of colours to choose from. Go full chrome if you want to go. Chrome won't get you home. Exhaust, we've got carbon or chrome, so we go full chrome if you want. Then we've got our rim colour. The black with the chrome accent is quite nice, but you can go chrome on there as a, I mean, I don't know why I'm going full chrome on this. Let's change the main colour to something else. Let's go for a metallic red. There we go. And then license plate option there as well. It's got a bag one side. I thought it would have been quite cool if it has ones both, but it doesn't. It's got a bag on it anyway. So let's hop on, start it up. Lights, indicators. First person. Now, the only downside to this, and then we seem to get the front suspension's got a nice bit of suspension movement. It's very jerky with the acceleration. It's not as smooth. We kind of go from nothing. You can see as the foot's moving as we're changing gear, and then suddenly whoosh, it's off. And it's the same when it slows down. It seems a little bit jerky. Whoa! But you can see everything moving. There doesn't seem to be a progressive slowdown. It's like it just boom when it stops all of a sudden. But you know, it's a nice looking bike and it sounds great. So if you want to have your Lost Farmers Motorcycle Club or whatever you want to call it, and whole load if you go out on multiplayer. There's no option. Those are two, because then we had that mod recently where when you change the camera angle, you went inside the motorcycle helmet. This one is just that. But yeah, it's nice. The Lizard XL883N Sportster Iron by Farm Centro-Sul, Rena, Agro, and LxstFxme. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for today, Tuesday the 2nd of July, and it's these, and it is indeed these. It's a pack. We've got two. The Case IH Axial-Flow 150 series by Agro Tonho, 30.18 megabytes download. We've got the 4150, we've got the 5150, 16 slots and 17 slots. Some slightly different options on them, so I'm going to show both of them, and then with regard to the operation, well, I'll show all of it. It just makes more sense to do that. You will find these under harvesters. So the 4150 is 128 gram for the base model. The 5150 is 235 gram for the base model. So we start off at 299 horsepower. I don't think we have any option to change that. And it's a 7,050 litre tank, which again I don't think we can change on the 4150. So we do have the option of a Continental, Michelin, Trelleborg, Mitas, Vredestein, Lizard, and back again. Now this is the same on both. But we have got the options for standard and standard 2, which changes the width of the axle at the back. Then we go to transport and then widens on the back. Twin wheels and widens on the back, and back to standard. Now that's the same on both models. And then we'll go through, no, don't want to purchase that. And it's the same with each of the tyres. So it depends on, I'm not going to go through every single tyre option on there, but they all will run through the same standard 2, transport, transport 2, twin wheels 2, and back again. Window film option, smoked 1, 2, 3, and back. We got the AFS Pro 700 monitor inside, yes or no. We've got bulk carrier standard, so this is 7,050 litres with the wireframe, with the canvas cover, and it still says it's 7,050. Back to standard. We've got a small ladder on this side, so we've got the ladder that side for getting in and out. You've got a small ladder that side or a large ladder, so you can switch the ladders like that if you want to. Traffic lights, so no lights, and then you can have the lights out on the sides if you want to. We've got back gauge, and this is the width of our track, so hillside slopes to get you a bit more stability. More open gauge or standard. We've got rim colour option, that or black, and a license plate option on there too. So that's the 4150. Come out of there and we go to the 5150. So this one we got standard bulk carrier, so 11,200 litres with wire with cover. We then go to 14,200 with wire with cover, and then back to 11.2. So we've got a couple of different options on capacity on this one, so the larger one if you want it. We've then got engine difference, because the other one didn't have any other engine setup, it was 299. This one we've got 319 horsepower, 387 horsepower, or 443 horsepower. That was it, wasn't it? Yep. We've then got, again, they're slightly chunkier tyres, as you can see, between the two. But again, Continental, Michelin, Trelleborg, Mitas, Vredestein, Lizard, and back. I'll still do the Lizards this time. And again, same options. We've got standard, standard 2, transport, transport 2, twin wheels 2, and back. And that's the same on each tyre brand. So again, go through, depending on what tyre brand you are partial to, a fan of. Then you've got the window film options again. Monitor again, yes or no. We've got ladder again, yes or no. Traffic lights, yes or no. Back gauge, again, we can widen that back gauge out again. Difference between the first one and this one, we've got a 7 metre pipe, 7.9 metre pipe, or an 8.3 metre pipe, so depending on the width of the header you're using. And then rim colour option, the same as the previous one, license plate option on there too. Now that's it for the pack. This doesn't come with header trailers or headers, so you would have to pick and choose what headers you wanted to use with it. So we'll go with the 4150 first. Start it up. Horn, lights and beacon on the back. Now we do have some options here, so beacon off. Interior light as we roll through and then off again. It does sound good. I mean, it looks good as well, it looks fantastic. So we've got control group external animations L1, we've got pipe out, enable, disable straw swath. That should change stuff at the back, he says. Takes the chopper bits off the back there. Pipe, I mean, it's a very long pipe on that anyway. We've then got R1. Right stick side to side opens up all that side. Right stick up and down opens up that front one on that. The rear one doesn't open. Then L1, R1. Left stick side to side does your stalks. So if you've got your light stalks on, that's out extended, then we can put them away and it folds the other one back out of the way. Then right stick side to side moves that ladder that way, and right stick up and down does the ladder on the back. So if you need to get up and do some maintenance, you can. Then we switch to internal. So we should have in here L1, right stick side to side will move the wheel backwards and forwards, and then up and down we'll do the tilt of the wheel as well, so we can bring it towards us, and then we've got some tilt on there as well. R1, right stick side to side moves that mirror, right stick up and down moves that mirror, then L1, R1, right stick side to side brings us forward and backwards in our seat, and up and down brings us up and down in our seat. So from outside it will look like all of that with our tilt, and then the mirrors movements on there as well. We didn't have, I think that was it. Was that it? Pretty sure it was. Then back to external animations. Now this one, I think the options were pretty much the same. Pipe out, obviously we've got a large pipe on here. Yeah, and that goes up really high as well. Sounds good too. There's definitely a different engine note to it. So external animations, L1 and right stick side to side. Now this does the nozzle on the end. If you notice the other one's fixed. This one L1 and right stick side to side will adjust the nozzle. R1 and right stick side to side opens that panel. Up and down, we'll do the front panel there again. Like that. L1, R1, left stick side to side. What did left stick side to side do? That's interesting. What's that doing then? Is that a ladder? Oh yeah, the ladder goes that way. What's that? L1, R1, left stick side to side. I can't see anything else changing. Just thinking, was there an option I missed that would have... Then we go to internal animations. Let's see if we've got the same ones again. L1, right stick side to side, wheel adjustment up and down. R1, right stick side to side. We've got our mirrors. Let me just see that one, up and down. And mirrors just twisting from inside. It's easier to see, isn't it? Look. There we go. Like that. And L1, R1, left stick side to side. Opens and closes the door, which we didn't have on the other one. Or at least if we did, I didn't notice it. And then we got our C option again. So, yeah, that's all the options on there. As I always say when I do mod reviews and map tours, and it's very easy to take things for granted, and you get a mod pop up and it's like Case IH Axial-Flow 150 series, and people go, oh, we've got loads of case harvesters. But again, it's just when you stop and you look at them and you take the time to look at the detail. I mean, let's do that. And in external, I want. I mean, there's a lot going on, and it is very easy to just gloss over and go, yeah, we've got loads of those, but the time, the effort, with all the mods, to be fair, and they do look brilliant. Oh, that was one of the options I didn't go for. So on that one, I went for the light stalks on the side. This one I didn't go with. I did have it as an option, but I didn't go with it. Just thinking there was an option to adjust them. That's because I didn't choose them. But that's it. Anyway, that's it for the mods for Tuesday the 2nd of July. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.